Drivers who ply the 2H route after threatening strike action over what they say are stringent COVID-19 related measures that limits the number of passengers on a bus to 10 are now looking to employ a rotation system. Secretary of the Southern Minibus Association, Vianney Jacob, says although the majority of the drivers favor the new system, assistance from transport officials and law enforcement is being sought to regulate operations.
So far, we have about 90% of our drivers who supports the rotation. But then we have about 10 buses, they don't want to adhere with our rotation. So today I decide to call on the Minister of Transport, the Police Commissioner, that we need support because it's state of emergency and we expect that everybody have to adhere with any problems that we are going through. If we decide on a rotation, we expect our drivers to follow it.
The rotation schedule will see a total of 34 2H buses operating on a given day. Jacob says the compliant drivers are calling for drastic measures to be taken against those who breach the rotation schedule.
In this state of emergency, everybody was at their home before. We decide to work, we have enough buses to take on everybody that want to get to work. So at this time, what we want from the authorities, from the police commissioner and the Minister of Transport, we need them, if they are not adhering to what we really want, we need them to impound those buses on the road. It seems that's the way some of those members will understand. So we have no choice now but to ask the minister and the police commissioner to impound those buses with records and have those guys to pay the record.
In a previous interview with Newsforce, Jacob opined that the Vieux-Fort bus drivers were seemingly operating a charity during the COVID-19 crisis. Newsforce queried what an ideal number of passengers would be for bus operators.
We would prefer having about 12 passengers. We can work with that. But at the time, we cannot work too much with what we have. It is just a great loss. Like I said, you lose about $40 on every trip. At the end of the day, when you finish working, you may lose about $140. That you cannot, the money for your fuel, you lose that.
Jacob says the association and its members are awaiting word from transport officials and the NCOPT regarding passenger numbers and rebates.
It is still a charity. To be honest, it's still a charity, but government and National Council was at negotiations. We have not heard from them. We are still waiting to hear something from them, so we don't want to create no noise as such. We want the negotiation to go in peace. So in between now and the other 4 days, if we're not seeing anything concrete enough on paper where we should get more passengers, we may have to take a decision.
The secretary says members are awaiting the conclusion of negotiations before taking a course of action. Solange Alfred, HTS Newsforce.